BAP won't be able to prepare Christmas dinner. He's so worried.
He's a bit worried. The monster of the Americas. He's worried that he's going to get canceled. Oh my God, BAP is gonna get canceled. Say it, monster. Say it, BAP is gonna get canceled. You didn't like it either, man. Oh, BAP is being canceled?
I'm seriously about to make a joke. Is the monster of the Americas going to be afraid of Fluminense signing Cebolinha? Oh, come on. Seriously. Are you guys really going with that? You guys are going with that. Man, Paulo Brito. All right. All due respect, man. I've seen some important information from Paulo Brito, but for God's sake, Paulo Brito, Flamengo is going to lose Cebolinha to Fluminense? Come on, man. Seriously. Flamengo lost Cebolinha to Fluminense. That doesn't make any sense at all. We're going to talk about that here. That information about Fluminense wanting Cebolinha is out there. Is it true that Flamengo is going to make one last attempt for Vitão? I'm against it. There's no need to negotiate with Inter. And the information I have from a source close to the board, okay, is different. It's different from that. So we have a lot of information here to share with you about the fans' reaction. Who is on BAP's side, huh? Flamengo fans on the side of President Luiz Eduardo Batista. BAP, we come in like this. Hey guys, red black greetings. This is Flamengo. Welcome to the Paparazzo Rubro-Negro channel, the monster of the Americas, the monster of the Americas. If you're new here, please follow, like, and share on all platforms. If you're on YouTube, subscribe below. Turn on notifications, the bell, and leave that awesome like on the video. We're here because of Ganhei. I've won, you've won. Look at that. Play responsibly. It's for those over 18. It's entertainment, not an investment, man. There's always a lot going on. Look, we have this here just so you get an idea. We're running a campaign on our Insta in partnership with Ganhei. Who will be the champion of the 2026 Libertadores? Flamengo has odds of 4. Okay, Palmeiras odds of 5. Botafogo odds of 8. Boca odds of 8. Yeah, Cruzeiro odds of 8. Peñarol odds of 30. And we have some other clubs here with odds of 25 and so on. Man, there are some clubs with really high odds, but dude, Flamengo, making that little bet on Flamengo as champion, always trying your luck. Look, who's going to be the Brazilian champion too, right? The odds are on the table. Palmeiras odds 5, Flamengo odds 4, huh? Cruzeiro odds 6, Botafogo, tem Fluminense 15, Corinthians 25, Bahia 15, Atlético Mineiro 25, São Paulo 25. Man, who's going for Malvadão again, right, man? Flamengo has no way around it. They're the favorite both for the Brasileirão and for the Libertadores. Again, I think it's hard to win every year, right, guys? But we always have to be optimistic. And just like I'm optimistic that I'm going to redeem my points from the PIX Do Milhão Benefits Club, did you know there's this club? That's right, you can exchange your points for products and experiences. The PIX Do Milhão also has raffles. There are 3 prizes of 1 million reais on the 31st, the New Year's Eve prize, and a prize of 2 million reais on January 2nd. The time is coming. Take advantage. This is the best moment for you to secure it. I'll leave the QR code there on the screen. Merry Christmas, right? Merry Christmas. And hey, Roberti, all the best to you and your family from the Monster of the Americas. That's it. Merry Christmas, man. Lots of health, right? Hope you get to enjoy a lot of turkey this Christmas. That's what he said, right? May the man in the red suit come into your house with everything, right? Bringing lots of things in his sack. So here's the gift. It's for you. All the best. Everyone, Merry Christmas. It's from the heart. For you, for your son, for your wife, for your man, for your family. All the best from the heart. So, regardless of your team, you who follow us here, all the best. You know that we treat everyone here with the greatest care. Sometimes, right? Sometimes we argue a little, but look, it's Flamengo, okay? Bringing this important information that even though they couldn't sign probably before Christmas, they shouldn't be able to sign the contract with Felipe today. Luiz is on vacation, enjoying time with his family. The board considers the renewal signing as underway, okay? Flamengo already sees it that way. BAP said in the meeting yesterday they won't spend Christmas without a coach, but he'll sign later. Yeah, it's already done. There's already a financial agreement. They're just discussing clauses to finalize the contract, so everything's fine, guys. He'll stay at Flamengo to gain more experience before moving to Europe, okay? So Flamengo and Felipe Luis have reached this financial agreement, okay? Can we share this information with you now? I'm getting it here on WhatsApp. You can say that we've reached a financial agreement settling all the details. It's even about bonuses, termination fees, okay? The contract extension is 1+1, 1 year, possibly up to 2 years. At Flamengo, he would get the 3 years of experience he needs before going to Europe. We know that's his dream, right? So Flamengo lets him know there. BAP himself said it, but we have this information that the deal is sealed. He'll sign right after Christmas, right? Maybe if Flamengo speeds things up today, but it's unlikely. But Felipe Luis, then, we can already say that everything is settled. At least that's what the management says, that everything is already agreed upon. Between Flamengo, everything has already been arranged, just like Flamengo and Felipe Luis, just like there's already a goalkeeper and a defender. They're just waiting for Felipe's signature to finalize it. Not all two, okay? We also had some other information here. Let me get it here for you guys that I had sent to the group. Yeah. Regarding the salary, right? About Felipe Luis, what Flamengo offered. Okay, look at this. Tite used to receive about 2.5 million reais at Flamengo, okay? Felipe used to receive much less than that. And now we have Flamengo here. Flamengo negotiated something around 1.5 to 2 million reais with Felipe Luis. That's the information which VSR had even mentioned about the salary issue and all. So Flamengo is going to pay a salary that's considered top, right, among coaches in the country. Okay, yeah, the salary hasn't been disclosed, but the salary is lower than what Taite used to get. According to Vitor Sergio Rodriguez from TNT, the salary is lower, but it's still considered a top salary in Brazilian football, okay? The salary is undisclosed, but thought to be between 1.5 and 2 million reais. Yeah, we also have some other information here to share with you since the journalists are reacting, right? Flamengo's 2022 outlook. After everything that happened in the meeting with BAP saying that everything is pretty much settled, what are the journalists saying? Getting scared that Flamengo is going to be overwhelming in 2026, for example. That's Mauro Cesar. Flamengo's president is presenting the club's current situation objectively. A horror movie for non-Flamengo fans. What are you talking about? It's a horror movie. It's horror, really. That's crazy, huh? Calm down, you're ruining my video. Crazy horror movie. And then Mauro goes on. The muscles tend to grow stronger with more power in the market. Even without winning a title, they're unlikely to go under. That's what BAP said. Even if Flamengo doesn't win anything this year, they'll still earn 1.4 to 1.7 billion, okay? And then 1.4 billion in recurring revenue. The team could simply get through 2026 without selling anyone, something unimaginable in South American football. Just in commercial revenue, Flamengo doubled the television rights, and most importantly, Flamengo humiliated Rede Globo, showing that television revenue, television rights are the club's fifth largest source of income, and that television rights are not that important anymore. Flamengo does it to make a stand and not accept the dirty tricks that the Libra clubs want to pull, but Flamengo doesn't need this anymore. Flamengo made it clear that this is the club's fifth largest source of income. It's not the first, second, third, or fourth.
Suck it, suck it. Did you hear that?
Come here, come a little closer.
Suck it, suck it.
Okay, that's it. That's how he is. So we have Flamengo,
Man,
breaking unimaginable records. And the journalists are commenting and shocked, right? Because the others are desperate. So the Sao Paulo regionalist media, right? And we can tell, right? Look at what he said. We don't need to sell. Let's keep the squad and strengthen where necessary. Let's keep strengthening the squad, but lower the team's average age. To play 60 or 70 matches a year, you need younger players. Flamengo will basically sign players up to 26 years old. Okay.
yeah.
It's an odd result, right? It ended the year with positive free cash flow, exceeding the target of 161 to 218 million. Being able to spend and do whatever I think is best, an outstanding result. When we say Flamengo won everything, we mean both on the field and financially. It's very common to see sporting success, but at the cost of the club's financial health. That wasn't what happened with us this year. The fans are happy with the results on the field and proud of our results and actions off the field. Perfect. That's it, right? So he talked about the Real Madrid box, and I really liked it, man. When he said that if you throw a stone at Flamengo, Flamengo will throw a mountain on top of you. And that reciprocity will come with interest and monetary correction. If you use the screen to protect the visiting section, we can't see the game properly in the visiting stands against Palmeiras, Atlético Mineiro, at Maracanã. It'll be worse, you won't see anything, but that's how it is. This is going to be the bare minimum to get the stadium approved, because you guys need to learn how to treat our fans well. No one dies owing us anything. And then he even said the following, okay,
Right?
as a football club, I believe reinvesting in ourselves is the best investment. We have strong cash flow, rising results, and a margin over 30%, even without winning. If we win again, the margin could hit 40%. With even more ability to invest, Flamengo will become a powerhouse in the Americas from an economic standpoint.
Man,
We can see Flamengo reaching even higher levels, bringing superstar players from European soccer to play here, not in Brazil, right? And that's clear when you see BAP talking about the owner of Paris Saint-Germain, right? It's Al-Khelaifi, the owner of Paris Saint-Germain at the end of the game. It's Nasser Al-Khelaifi. He said, I started out very confident. Then I even thought we were going to lose to Flamengo at the end in the penalties. I was very nervous. Congrats, you invested nearly 10 times less than us, yet delivered this kind of performance. Well done on your work quality. While other teams make it to the final, like Inter Milan losing 5-0, Flamengo went to penalties and could have been champions. And then BAP even said, right, that there was a bitter taste left, but, losing on penalties. But what he's been receiving in messages is that he can't even believe the number of people coming up to him to congratulate him and say they're proud of what happened with Flamengo. That's spectacular. That's priceless. Look, we also had BAP speaking, right? I already brought this up earlier, but we're bringing up some topics that we touched on before in a more subtle way, right? And he also said, you welcome us with that crappy net, there will be an even tighter and worse net at Maracanã, right? Whoever treats Flamengo well will be treated well when they come to play in Rio. If you throw a stone at us, we'll throw a mountain. When you come here, that's the standard. That's what I was talking to you about, BAP giving that answer to Leila and company, right? The folks at Atlético Mineiro are still returning. Regarding Felipe Luiz's contract renewal, he requested more autonomy at Flamengo. And I'm going to explain to you a little bit about what that is, okay? Besides the intelligence praised behind the scenes, which wins games, in the analysis, the main factor for Felipe Luiz's success is management. Like Jorge Jesus, your role model, Felipe is now a group manager. Far beyond just coaching, Flamengo saw Felipe Luiz as the main link between the goals of the football department and the squad. And Universo Online found out that Jose Boto doesn't have the same management relationship and all, since the coach was a player and became a champion. Among the squad members, Rodrigo Caio is also an important figure, just like Felipe Luiz, Jose Boto himself as well, okay? BAP delegates the football functions to Jose Boto and company, and Felipe is also having some autonomy to manage things there. That's all very nice. The department is made up of Gabriel Skinner, Alfredo Almeida, and Deco Roisman, okay? However, none of these roles hold as much influence in the locker room as the previous one, the technical manager. Previously, Juan filled this role, but now Felipe Luiz takes over with more autonomy, assuming Juan's former position. The coach asked for more autonomy in decisions regarding the formation and management of the squad, and Flamengo intends to accept this condition. They've already accepted it, as Universo Online has reported, and this has nothing to do with you diminishing what Boto does, okay? Quite the opposite. The friendship and the bond that Boto has with Felipe allows him to let Felipe choose his own path more and more. He presents the possibilities to Felipe, and Felipe says, I want this one. Boto says, okay, right? He accepts what the coach wants, goes to the market to find it, and gives the tips. Boto, he's an advisor, okay? Besides doing all the work he does as a director, as a guide, solving a bunch of things. Youth Academy, all with Alfredo. There he goes to Felipe and says, we have these options here. I like these ones. Felipe analyzes and says, look, I liked your suggestions here, but I'm going with this one. So he has autonomy. That's really good, okay? The coach himself has this autonomy. And I wanted to tell you this. The relationship is great. If anyone has any concerns about the relationship is great. BAP with Boto, including Boto, will continue. We're just waiting for BAP to announce it, but it will continue and there will be an increase. Boto will continue at Flamengo. One thing is already certain. Felipe and Boto will continue at Flamengo. That's a done deal. Felipe and Boto will continue at Flamengo. The announcement should only happen after Christmas, but we already have this information that Boto and Felipe will continue at Flamengo. Boto is already handling all the signings, and there will be good things for us to celebrate, right? Everything is moving toward a happy ending, with only some bureaucratic steps left. Everything about the salary and other matters is settled. Boto and Felipe with a raise. BAP at the right time will announce this agreement with Boto and the agreement with Felipe. We are waiting for these confirmations, but we have this information that everything is moving forward. And congratulations to Boto and Felipe for this important relationship of friendship and partnership, which only helps Flamengo grow. I've heard people say Boto should stop talking because things go wrong when he does. That's just not true. He may have made some mistakes in the past, one thing or another, but that doesn't mean he's going to make the same mistakes again. And what did BAP and Boto say? They're being highly praised. If you look at the comments here about BAP, people are praising Boto and BAP a lot. They've really won everyone over. On Instagram, we only see praise for BAP and Boto, right? And for Felipe. It's an explosion of praise for Boto's work, for BAP's work, and for Felipe's work. I also want to congratulate here who manages to keep this calm even in times of storm, of turmoil. The work of Rodrigo Paiva, Rafa Gaucho, and Greg. Nelson and everyone in Flamengo's communications team do a fantastic job. Mauricio Fonseca, all of you in football communications, you guys are amazing, man. The work you're doing is impeccable. Flamengo's communications work is the best in Brazil, also led by Rodrigo Paiva. Right, my friends, what do you want? Look at how many years of experience Rodrigo Paiva has. Look at what this guy is doing at Flamengo. Look at the growth of Flamengo's communications department. BAP also prioritizes this, and especially the way everything is handled. How does Flamengo manage to turn around problems that sometimes seem like they're going to cause a crisis, right? And then it just ends, doesn't it? So congratulations to everyone, right? The soccer department and especially the communications team. The communications team is doing an amazing job. Man, congratulations, Rodrigo Paiva. Merry Christmas to you, man. Merry Christmas to everyone who's following us here. But I'm really happy to see such extremely professional work. And for those people who like to say we need new faces and all that, I'm already 47. Rodrigo Paiva isn't a kid anymore either. And they're showing up the youngsters. That's it. The old guys are showing up the youngsters doing exemplary work, teaching, really teaching. Look, why did Corinthians surpass Palmeiras and end up just behind Flamengo in the Brazilian Football Confederation club ranking? The explanation is simple. According to the Brazilian Football Confederation, the winner of the Copa do Brasil earns 600 points in the ranking. Corinthians also has another 488 points for finishing 13th in the Brasileirão. Palmeiras, runner-up in the Brasileirão, earned 640 points in the Campeonato Brasileiro and 200 from the Copa do Brasil, where they were eliminated in the round of 16. That gives a total of 1,088 points for Corinthians compared to 840 for Palmeiras just for the 2025 season. That's where an important part of the ranking regulations comes in. The points from the current year are multiplied by 5, while those from the previous year are multiplied by 4, and so on. In other words, with the 202.5 performance, Corinthians had 5,440 points, while Palmeiras scored 4,200. The difference nearly matches their 1,070-point ranking gap, with the top 10 teams in the 2026 Brazilian club ranking. Flamengo with 16,314 points, Corinthians with 14,930 is second, and Palmeiras with 13,860 is third. Next is Atlético Mineiro with 13,696, just behind Palmeiras, and São Paulo with 13,556, just after Atlético Mineiro. Next is Fluminense with 13,000, Botafogo with 12,834, Atlético Paranaense with 12,656, Bahia with 12,632, and Vasco with 11,330 in 10th place, okay? So Flamengo is in first place. There was no other way, right? Champion of everything. They had to have the best position. I'll get it for you guys, okay? Man, people want to cancel the president. That's it, Flabalaga. Look here.
This lady here has two roles. The first is being a reporter. The second is talking bad about Flamengo. Bro, ever since her argument with BAP, my feed is full of videos of her bad-mouthing Flamengo constantly.
I've seen several.
She defends women's soccer, but only Flamengo has a bad women's soccer team. Only Flamengo has a bad locker room.
Did BAP explain why Globo doesn't invest millions and give more support to women's soccer too? Because they hardly ever broadcast women's soccer. They only broadcast men's. Let's complain about the network there too, right, Flabalaga?
If you criticize Flamengo, criticize other clubs too. It's fine to support women's soccer, but be fair and don't single out one club.
That's it. That's it. I'm really impressed, man, Flamengo.
He has a video. Really?
She called him despicable and ignorant. There are many. Let's stop defending only one side just because it's a woman. I have my own woman to defend as well. Well, I have my woman for my daughter. I'm the father of a girl, have only sisters and no brothers, and now I finally have a son. But come on, let's stop with this thing. You guys say it's equal rights, so let's stop with this. Come on, let's stop with this. She attacks him and he can't fight back. Let's stop whining, okay? The height is messed up.
You can question if it was right. He mentioned her nose.
But he talked about her directly. He mentioned her name. There's also that, there's proof that he mentioned her, okay? And BAP has a big nose too. I'm fat. Well, not anymore because I lost weight, but I used to be really fat and I don't. And for me, it's the same. If I talked about a chubby guy, people would tear me apart. What's the problem, man? Look, I didn't see any sexist attitude from BAP in this. He might have talked about her body. If he really talked about her body, okay? I would avoid it, but man, look, it wasn't the attitude people are calling misogynistic and all that. He didn't do it. It wasn't a sexist attack. He's defending himself because she also talks about him, questioning if he crossed the line.
BAP, frequently criticized in interviews, constantly speaks negatively about Flamengo.
It's always complicated.
Now, the narrative they wanted before, right?
The narrative. I couldn't care less about the narrative moving forward. Man.
He gave a lesson.
He gave a lesson. BAP is way too worried about being canceled, isn't he? BAP is too worried. BAP is really worried about being canceled. Wow, BAP won't even be able to make Christmas dinner. He's so worried.
Oh, he's all worried. Oh, the monster of the Americas. He's worried he's going to be canceled. Oh my god, BAP is going to be canceled. Say it, monster, say it. BAP is going to be canceled. Oh. You didn't like it either.
Man,
Oh, BAP is being canceled. I'm going, oh my god, I can't take it. I can't take it. I can't take it. BAP is being canceled. I'm so worried. This is going to affect Flamengo's finances so much, the signings. Oh my god, my god, my god, what are we going to do? What I do now is.
look, we have here, man, the fans here, the fans talking here. This guy was born to be the president of Flamengo, Edilton Batista, right? From Batista. Adriano Camargo, look here, yeah, I didn't get it. Then you'll have to ask the city hall for permission because Flamengo doesn't have it. It's asking for permission. They're desperate. Man, it's Halem. He raises the ticket prices by 300 for Fortaleza's fans when they play in Rio. That's the issue. So can you do that? They can say it's abuse, but when it's over there, those guys do whatever they want, right? Yeah, they're flocking to cancel and claim you never even had a stadium. Maracana is Flamengo's for 40 years. 20 plus another 20, you might not even be around then. I'll live to see Flamengo leave Maracana, and with all their money, the new stadium will be finished fast. Deal with it, my friend. You're stuck with Flamengo. The big bad guy will destroy you. The monster is going to destroy you. Okay, that's it. Congrats, my president. Leandro Pereira sent this. Danilo Pereira Nascimento, congrats, excellent. 2026 is ours, absolutely. Reciprocity, amazing. It's so satisfying to see our president discuss it. Wonderful. Greetings, João Brunega. Let's go Flamengo. João Paulo Lima, look at 765 Zé de Nascimento. That's it. I agree. Treat Mengo well at Maracanã and you'll be treated well. Treat us badly and you'll get the same. Videos, music, flashbacks, you brought style. Congrats, BAP. That's how you handle second-rate clubs. Luiz Gabriel, now that's a real president, man. Damn, I'm not going to speak badly about the former president. Everyone from Flamengo did something Vladimir would do very well. BAP, you represent us. Let's go Flamengo. I'm hearing that even the guys who voted for the other ticket are satisfied with BAP and will end up voting in the next election. Is everyone satisfied with BAP and BAP too? Thank you. Hold on. The information about Cebolinha that I was going to bring to you is as follows, okay? According to journalist Paulo Brito, an intermediary connected to Fluminense checked on Everton's situation. Cebolinha, okay? Besides the Rio de Janeiro rival Tricolor, both Cruzeiro and Atlético Mineiro are watching the forward. Okay, Grêmio too, okay? Grêmio is also interested in signing Everton. Cebolinha, yeah, man. What I was going to tell you is that BAP has already made it clear that he won't need to sell. The player is doing well financially. They won't need to sell anyone. No one is leaving. No one will be sold. Flamengo sees this player as essential and one of their top 22 starters. Flamengo wants 22 starters with 2 equal level players competing for each position. Okay, so Cebolinha, they believe he's that player, so Flamengo won't agree to negotiate Cebolinha. If they have to lose money and keep him until the end of his contract, Flamengo might do that, but Flamengo will try to renew with Cebolinha. So you can forget about it because Fluminense or any other team won't be able to sign Cebolinha. He may want to leave, but he'll have to stay until his contract ends in 26. Flamengo won't let him go and doesn't have to. And regarding Vital, which the sports crew from Rio Grande do Sul mentioned, is Flamengo still going to make a final offer for Vitão? International's defender is in advanced talks with Cruzeiro, but the deal isn't finalized. The initial offer is 8.7 million euros, 57 million reais, including player rights. But the debt forgiveness for Thiago Maia, right? The club from Rio Grande do Sul is asking for 6 million euros for the player. Flamengo's expensive. This here isn't. These numbers aren't matching up, just like the people from Rio Grande do Sul are saying, okay, despite the article from those guys, right? from the sports crew Flamengo what? The information I had is that Flamengo offered 8 million euros plus forgiving Thiago Maia's debt. Here they say they're asking for 6 million, so is there some mistake? The truth is, according to the sources I consulted who are connected to Flamengo, Flamengo doesn't want to do business with International anymore. All right, for me, that's a closed subject. That's it. I invite you to follow, like, and share on all platforms. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe, enable notifications, and like the video.